Project Motor Racing is out right now. How is it? Here's what works, what doesn't, and whether it's worth your time. Greetings from me, you're watching WromWrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and a review of Project Motor Racing. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. It's fair to say no other sim has been as expected this year as Project Motor Racing. Ian Bell's return to sim racing. He reunited 90% of his GTR and Project Cars team with one stated goal: build what Project Cars 2 should have been without publisher constraints, achieving physics and force feedback he couldn't reach before, so we'll measure him by that standard. Thanks to a key from Straight 4, we could do a full review beyond a brief expo impression. Let's break down what works and what doesn't. The graphics look good, as you can see. The mirrors are a little bit low quality, but the graphics show what you need to see and do it in good quality. 1 point in favor of the Giants game engine. The physics really shine. Cars behave predictably, I always understood why I lost control, and the handling responds exactly as you'd expect. This is the foundation of a good sim. While I've heard some of my colleagues protest against the AI, while it's not perfect and it sometimes does want to drive through you, I had a good experience with them. Better than, say, in Assetto Corsa Competizione. The sim is expected to support mods on PC and consoles, though there was nothing available before the launch. Before we get to the problems, if you're enjoying this honest breakdown of Project Motor Racing, subscribe to WromWrom for even more in-depth content. We'll be tracking updates and testing mods as they release, so you'll want to stay tuned. Here's the problem: Ian Bell said his goal was force feedback beyond what he's achieved before. He's not there yet. The basics are there: centering forces, bumps, curbs, but with modern direct drive wheelbases I expect to feel tire behavior and track texture. Those details are missing. This is not something catastrophic. Automobilista 2 launched with similar force feedback issues but fixed them. Project Motor Racing has that same potential, if they commit to it. I expect the firmware and software for the different bases to adapt and understand the data from the sim better, and the sim to produce better data for the bases to work with. Work in progress for sure. Same goes for the sound. The motors sound good, but there's almost no other sound when you are driving, and a racing car is a collection of moving parts which all make a sound. Squeaks, wails, clicks. This is something I hope the developers will address once they finish the motor sounds. I couldn't test multiplayer myself, but colleagues reported lobby access issues and race disconnections. Plus, spectator and race control modes from PC1 and PC2 are missing. Developers say they're planned, but gave no timeline. The user interface has serious usability problems, not aesthetic issues but fundamental design failures. For example, when I want to change my controller settings, Project Motor Racing always starts on mouse and keyboard setting, although it has recognized my wheelbase and pedals, so I always have to click around to get to the wheel settings. Every time. That's annoying. Even worse was when I could not start my career and it all depended on my writing down my name in the pertinent place. I didn't know that and the sim did not tell me that. And while the sim is friendly enough to offer a controller settings wizard, after it finishes it just drops you on a menu where you have to set up many of the important buttons by yourself. Rennsport did a better job in that regard. These are just a couple of examples of a user interface that clearly needs some heavy guidance in the realm of usability. There's specialists for that. I recommend Straight 4 to get one of those. I'm okay with the sim being a hardcore sim. That doesn't mean the user experience has to be hardcore. Speaking about the career, everything around it feels quite dry. I don't expect the cinematics of some racing games, but right now it feels as if you race to earn money to get to the next race to earn money to buy a better car. Everything's quite dry. Not that other racing sims have done this better, mind you. This isn't a career mode, it's a guided collection of races similar to what Assetto Corsa did 10 years ago. Here's a deal breaker, I couldn't finish a single race. Project Motor Racing became Project Motor Crashing, freezing and crashing to desktop repeatedly. I've sent the developers log files and hope this is something they can solve. But a racing sim where you can't even get through a race without it giving up on you is not one I can recommend. Creating detailed reviews like this, testing, retesting, documenting issues takes serious time. If you value honest sim racing coverage, consider supporting us on Patreon. Link in the description. At the moment, Project Motor Racing feels unfinished, unpolished. The UI is not there yet, the sounds are not there yet, the force feedback is not there yet. It's drivable and driving is fun, but it still needs a lot of polish in many departments, save maybe for the graphics. Right now, I cannot recommend Project Motor Racing, not because of missing features or rough force feedback, those can be fixed, but because it literally crashes before you finish races. Wait for stability patches before spending your money.